And here we go again. In this video I'd like to take a look at something we may have looked at in the past. The program I'm going to look at is called Libre Office, L-I-B-R-E-O-F-F-I-C-E, and it's a free program. It's available on download. The program itself, when it's running, is very similar to Microsoft Office, and in fact it works on a sort of similar basis as Microsoft Office, in as much as it saves as a Microsoft Office file, be it a document or a spreadsheet or a database. It's also compatible. It also has a picture presentation and a presentation package. Let's have a look at the download. The download is very simple. In fact, if you just do a search for LibreOffice, L-I-B-R-E-O-F-F-I-C-E, LibreOffice, and hopefully it will take you to this particular place where we have download LibreOffice for free. And here it is, LibreOffice 5.3.1. It's the latest fresh version of LibreOffice and recommended for technology enthusiasts. Right, we can just download it. We have different versions. We have Linux versions, we have Windows versions, Mac versions, and 64-bit versions. So I'm going to download the 64-bit. It's not a very big download when it eventually decides to get around to start. It's asking me to allow it to go to a different site where the downloads are kept. So we can save the file. Takes about a minute in general to download. We have done similar things with other Office simulation packages, but this one I'm very stuck on at the moment, in as much as it's clever. As usual, while it's downloading, I will ask, if you are going to use this and use it on a regular basis, you've got to consider this is going to save you over £100 if you were going out to buy Microsoft Office. So if you are going to use it and use it as a substitute for Microsoft Office, and please leave a donation to the fund that helps them make the program LibreOffice. They make it better. It's ongoing, and as I say, it's totally free of charge. But if you can afford $10, which is about £7, if you can afford that, and please send it off to them, and you'll probably find that the program will go on and on indefinitely. So there we are. I've downloaded it. We'll close the internet, go to my computer, go to downloads, and you can see the first version I downloaded was the 86, I think, was the first one I did. Let me just put them in date order, which can be done just additionally if I click on this particular arrow in the corner here. It tells us all the things. We click on that, it tells us when it was downloaded, etc. Right, just open that up a bit. You can see how you can slide the top bar there just to give you more information. And I've put the dates the other way around. That was more of an accident than anything else. However, it's we can just drag it back if we want. So LibreOffice 5.3.1 Windows 64 MSI, or the Windows 86, which is the 32-bit version. Now, in the past I've always used the MS86. I'm going to just click it to use the faster and more compact version, I believe, of LibreOffice. So if I do I have to uninstall? We'll soon find out. Yes, we'll run it. We get the usual installed pages. Click next. Typical, yes, we'll have typical. Create a start link on the desktop. Yep. And here it goes. It's very quick program to install compared to some that I've downloaded. We'll close the background box for the time being. And as you can see, the status bar will zoom across. There it goes. It says it's computing space requirements. I would have thought it would know how much space it needs. Meanwhile, the background picture changes. It's validating the installation. Make sure that there's no little creepies crept in. Alright, it's taking away my my 32-bit version and replacing it with the 64-bit version, which, so if you've already downloaded it as a 32-bit, just click on it, the 64-bit version, and it will automatically sort itself out, which is good news. as it says there, removing files from the previous installation. A lot of this stuff we take for granted, but it's very clever when you start to analyze it. While it's doing that, I will just mention a comment that I had very recently to say that I skip over the complex stuff in programs and concentrate too much up on the easy part of a program. In the About on YouTube, you will see that all the demonstrations that I do on YouTube are all based for novices and new users and people who have little experience in computing. If you're an experienced computer user and you know your way around the programs, then finding out the more technical stuff is up to you. Depends what depth you want to go to. But while I appreciate comments on the YouTube channel, people should really read the About to find out what it's about before they comment. That's by the by. That's just a bit of fill-in. I appreciate all comments, no matter whether they're good comments or bad comments. Can't get it right all the time, so you can't please everybody all the time. And that's it completed. So we can click finish on there. Right, so here we are. This finished the installation. We have now an icon for LibreOffice, and if we double click on the Office, we will get a nice full page like this. And on the left hand side we can open a file if we've used it before. We can open a remote file if we have something saved to perhaps the cloud or somewhere like that. We can have a look at our recent files, which there are none because it's a fresh installation. And templates, we'll come across templates a little bit later on in the demonstration because they're very, very handy. As you can see, we can create a writer document, very, very similar to Word in Microsoft. Calc spreadsheet, which is just basically a spreadsheet. Impress presentation. Now, Impress presentation is very, very similar to the Microsoft PowerPoint. Drawing tends to be a little bit on the not so much of a drawing, but more of a squares and triangles and that sort of thing. We'll have a look at that having a look at it now. Maybe I clicked too hard on it as my mouse went over. There we are. I'll close this. So up at the top here on the top right, you'll see our usual red cross, which will close the program. Just underneath that you see the little black cross there, which closes the document. So I've opened that in error, so I'll just close that. There we go, back to where we were. Right, math formula. If you want to create a mathematics formula to go maybe in your spreadsheet or a calculation spreadsheet, you can do it in there. I don't fully understand how to use it, so I'm not going to go into it. But there are help files online, and if you want to know more about the math formula, then go online and read through the necessary help files that are available for that. It's something that hasn't really interested me a whole lot, and maybe if people want to know more about it, I can learn about it and do a demonstration on it at a future time. Base database. Now this is just basically the database we get with Microsoft's is it Excel? Yeah, that does the databases. This is really good. Works very, very similar to the Microsoft version. Right, so let's have a look at firstly the writer document. This is what we get for the writer document. Across the top here are numerous icons. Some of them are familiar to you. They will be familiar to you. Others are slightly different, and one or two I had to sort of look up myself, but they're all useful functions. For example, the omega sign here, that's a special character sign, and that can be very useful. In Windows 10, if you have a look at the accessories on the main panel and look down through the accessories, you'll actually find a way of creating your own character set, or adapting one or adopting one. We'll go into that in a future demonstration because it's something I'm interested in. It's very good in Windows 10. Not that I say much about Windows 10, but that is one thing I have found which is pretty useful. These characters here, which are basically it's bold, it's italic, it's underlined, it's score through. The underline here, you actually have a choice of lines, which can be very handy. If you want to put a wavy line under something, you can do it in this particular bit. I haven't actually seen that function in Microsoft in that format. It is there, but it's not in the same format. Strike through. Then there's superscript and also subscript, where you can make little sort of footnotes on whatever you're doing. And clear direct formatting. Now if you formatted a particular page, I'll just lose that little box there. That was one of our friends in India calling us to see if we wanted to give them all our bank account details again. Yeah, which I did. I gave it to them. I said, here's my details, and you'll need this PIN number to access the card, and here's my user number, etc. So I give them all the information. Helps move things along. Anyway, back to where we were. Yes, so we have the clear formatting, direct formatting. As you can see, you can move the tabs, you can move this, that, and the next thing. You can set up all the rest of it. If you want it, you think, oh, I'm not happy with that, I've made a mess, click on there, it all goes back to normal, goes the way it was. This is the font color is the next icon, the little A with the underscore. Choice of colors there, about 16 million, I think. We can go to custom colors, etc. There's lots of useful bits and pieces there. Custom colors, there we are. This is what we're used to. We can go all the way through the color spectrum in deep blues and greens and yellows and reds and pinks and purples and anything else you happen to want. The next little icon across here is the highlight color. Now highlighting, if I just write anything at all, there we go, Grit Brown Fox jumped over the lazy dogs. We can maybe highlight certain sections and then put a bit of a highlight background behind them, nice bit of yellow there perhaps. And that's all that does. You can do the highlighting bit, or you can make the text itself a different color. Let's highlight brown and put it as a brown color. That's original, isn't it, eh? Right. And we can highlight the whole lot and put it as bold. We can see it clearer then. Simple as that. That's what these particular icons are for. These are your bullet lists. You can create a bullet list and what have you. Have different bits and pieces you can add in there, which we won't do in this case. And also a numbered list. We can do it Roman numerals. We can do it the standard A, B, C, D, I, and I, V, etc. all the way through Roman numerals. So we can do all that. We can have it centered. We can have it right aligned. We can have it left aligned, or other way around. We can set up line spacing. We can set up 2 spaces. If I just copy that and paste it. Oh, maybe I should have done a new line first, right? So there we are. We can have, if I highlight that lot, we can actually put it, we can do line spacing of single line spacing, closes it up. We can do 1.5, or we can do double line spacing, etc. Depends what you're going to do with your document and where you're going with it. So very handy. We can increase the paragraph spacing. You click on it, and multiple clicks makes it obviously wider apart, and also shorten that down, make it smaller. We can also increase the indents, etc. And when you've used an increase, you can also use a decrease as well. That pretty much covers that top bar. The rest they should be familiar to you. Find or replace, check spelling and grammar. Put your formatting marks up so you can see where they are, see where the spaces are, see where the returns are. You can also insert a table into that. You can also put an image in if we wanted to do. I don't know if I've got any images that can go in very, very quickly. You see, I've still got the numbers, bulleted lists in there. So if we go to bulleted lists, can't see how to take them out actually. Never mind, we'll leave them there for now. Need to find that out. I feel silly now. Never mind. Yeah, can you undo bulleted lists? Yeah, more bullets, different bullets. Character style, none. Numbers. Click none. And reset. Okay. Should have highlighted it first, perhaps. Oh, so we left ourselves with the brackets. Never mind, that's not the end of the world. Right, so playing around complete. We have the styles which we can have. We can have titles in the center, obviously. I'm just going to go back a bit here. The left arrow there shows how to go back through the various changes you've done. Puts us back where we were originally, just before we turned that to a brown colour. There we go, that's good. So default styles are all the different styles. You can have heading 1, heading 2, heading 3, more styles. There's absolutely loads of them there, so make your choices on them if you will. The next thing is update the style, create a new style, and of course next one is the font that you use. I have quite a few fonts on this computer. Oops dear, did I do something wrong? Must have done maybe. Oh dear, have I crashed the program in doing that? It would seem I have. That we broke it. Never mind, these things happen, and to happen on a demonstration is unusual, but you know, we can rise above it. This is a little, if you're halfway through doing a document and the computer crashes or the program crashes or you come out of it unexpectedly. We had a power cut the other day and that took me straight off, but we get this, it will attempt to recover, so we can attempt to recover this particular program that we have. Right, it's finish, and we should bring it back the way it was, minus the text. No, Quick Brown Fox is gone. Never mind. We'd sort of done with that anyway. Right, so what we shall do now is have a quick look. If we click on File menu there, what we'll get working down is new. Obviously, that's a new document. It can be a new text document, spreadsheet, presentation, drawing, database. You can even do an HTML document, which is the hypertext markup language document. We can do one for the we can do one for the form document, which is the XML. We can do master document, formula, letters, etc. The nice thing about, if we look on all the packages here, if we look through the new again, we can see text document, spreadsheet, presentation, drawing, and database there. If you click on wizards here, it will actually help you to put together all those different bits and pieces, including web pages, which is very, very good. Maybe a little bit on the simple side, but you can create web pages in this. Obviously, we have the usual save as, save a remote file. If you're using the cloud, you can save remotely. You can save it as, you can save a copy. Haven't used that function, I must admit, so I'm not going to go into it. You can export it. You can export it as a PDF once you've written it. A lot of people like that facility, so you can write a letter or a document to maybe making a little post or whatever. You can save it as a PDF. You can send it to various ports. You can send it as an email. You can send it as an open document. You can send it as a Microsoft Word document. That is how compatible this program is. You can email it as a PDF. Right, you can send it to MediaWiki, etc. and so forth. Use Bluetooth. There's so many different combinations of things that you can do with this that it makes it so much easier once you've been through it a few times. The edit menu is also full of little goodies like that. You can select all of your document. You can do a block area. You can do standard selection mode. You can do direct cursor mode. Oh, there is so many different things in the edit menu that you can do. Again, I would urge people, if they download the program and want to try these things, create a little document for yourself, even copy a Word document into it, and play around with it. You can see exactly what it does better. If you've got an online document that you like to use, then it becomes so much easier. Insert page breaks, we have manual breaks, we have images, we have media. We can put it in from a gallery or a scanner if we wish. If we have a scanner attached to the computer, we can scan it directly in there. We can put a chart in. If we've created a chart of some description, we can put it into the document. We can put an object such as a formula or a QLE object in there. Shapes. The shapes are just so numerous to really mention. I just bring the pointer down across these. You can see what I mean. Symbols, stars, 4.5, 5.6, 7, 12, 24. You can put an explosion effect on there. Vertical scroll, horizontal scroll. Callouts, we can do rectangular callouts, etc. So versatile. Flowcharts, the whole lot's there. and that's just in shapes. Font work. Now font work is just word art, and this in itself is quite versatile. We can make it bigger, we can make it smaller, we can change the font, we can change the wording. If we double click, we should get the word we have, so we can very quickly plug it. There we go. We can change the colors that it uses. Should be a little so we got the oh, here we are, it's down the bottom, isn't it? Right, so we can change the colors, we can change the rotation of it, we can move it around slowly, and obviously move it back as well. And that's just using the little menu list at the bottom here. We can change the colors, obviously, using up above here with gradients. We can do green, we can do olive, I suppose that is, olive green, deep greens, etc. So yeah, it's very, very simple to use in that respect. We can, yeah, look at that, we can take it for a spin. There we go, all the way around. This is just one click at a time on this bottom bar that comes up. I might as well take it all the way around, and there we are, back to where we started off. So we've got various different directions, and it's so simple to use, so simple to place it where you want it. You can place it along the edge, you can place it down the bottom of the document if that's where you want to go with it. So yeah, that's fun to play with, and much more like it in the packages. Right, so I'll just click delete on that and get rid of it and go back to the insert menu where we were. So font work, we have text boxes. We can insert a text box within the text. We can put a comment on. If you think, right, update this later, put a little comment. It's Control Alt and C. I haven't actually tried this. Give this a try. Control Alt and C. All right, here we are. We can add a little comment. Don't forget to update this page later on, you know, and things like that. And they will stand out until you've actually delete the comments. So there, well, that's the insert menu. Very handy if you're sort of writing a book and you want to maybe take it on a bit further later on. Cross-reference. If you have a reference and you want to make sure it's in part of your document, click on the button. Special characters, I've mentioned them before, subject to time and all the rest of it. I'd like to do a demonstration on how to create special characters. Formatting marks, breaking space, there's so much there. You really have to download this and have a little play around yourself. Format menu. In the format menu there's text, spacing, alignment, lists, clone formatting from another document. You can clone it over, clear direct formatting, character, paragraph, bullets is basically what we have here on the top bar. Anchor, I've never used anchor. Anchor to page, wrap to page, range. Range is if you want to put a text over a picture, whoops, then you can use that by arranging. You can bring your one you're working on to the front or send it to the back, etc. You've probably used them before in Microsoft Word. Flip, you can turn it upside down, you can rotate it around, or you can make a group entry. There is so much. Styles, various different styles you can do. Everything you can think of doing with a text document or a text letter or something that you're writing out, it's covered in this. I haven't thought, oh, I bet it hasn't got, and I've been disappointed. Thesaurus even. Current word. Happiness. Right, there we go. Feeling. It's a feeling. Okay. So we shall have what we got there. Felicity, don't know, emotional state, spirit, unhappiness, which is the antonym. There's a whole lot there. Stuff we probably never use a lot of it, but it's there for those who want to use it. Tools, that would be, wouldn't it? Styles, table, tools. We also have a window. We can start a new window, or we can close this window. It's an untitled document. We can close it if we wish. There's also the help. Now, Libre Office help takes you online, and it's particularly good because its simplicity is sort of what makes it so good. Search LibreOffice help for format. I click the search symbol. There we are. Took a while. Okay, and we have quite a bit there that we can read about formatting. That's just one simple word. It's an online document, so those who are used to going on the internet will know exactly how to use that. My computer's a bit slow at the moment for some reason or other, which I'll look into later on. But yeah, by the time you put in line spacing, see how long it takes to come up. There we go. Line spacing more or less straight away. And there is so much about it. Tells you how to use it, etc. That's in the help menu. So there we are. That's the brief outline of LibreOffice. That is just one particular part of it as well. We have spreadsheet, we have presentation, we have drawings, we have databases. If you would like to know more about this program, certainly the spreadsheet side, the Impress presentation side, anything at all on this list, please leave a comment below or have a word with me in person, send me an email, whatever you want to do. If there's a particular function in this that you'd like to see more of, then please get in touch. Let me know however you wish to, and we'll see if we can elaborate on some of the suggestions. That's it for now. I hope you've enjoyed this, and that if you have any questions, you'll put them in the comments. Additionally, if you've enjoyed this and want to see more, please subscribe to my channel on YouTube, which is Howard L. Hall at YouTube, and we'll keep them coming. Thanks for listening.